Live, presented by Fields Auto Group.
Call, strike three. Swing and a miss, strike three. Ground ball through. Contreras scores. Kyle's second RBI of the season. Cubs win. Kyle Hendricks completes the shutout. Swing and a miss, strike three. Foul, tip, strike three. So Hamill with 6 shutout innings. 2-2. Coughlin in. He's got it. Tap to third. Barehanded pick by Baez. Out at first. Chapman to Realmuto. Ground ball third base. Backhanded Baez. The throw on a hop. The 3-1. We're tied. 4-4. Contreras now. That gets away. Cubs win. They win it 5-4. The final, and they engineer the sweep.
Make it 9 series sweeps for the team with the best record in all of baseball. They are your Chicago Cubs. Cubs try to make it 5 straight W's when they host the Athletics. They play in Oakland, right here on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Hello and welcome to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group, along with Todd Hollandsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Holly, Cubs come in hot, 13-6 since the All-Star break. They're playing good baseball, and they've gotten a couple of dramatic wins in the last week.
Well, right, a great homestand, 7-1 over the homestand, everything kind of clicking right now, even the way that they're winning. Some comeback wins, some wins where they establish an early lead, the pitching takes over. A lot of good things going on with this team right now. Good little test moving going out. Day off, we talk about it all the time. Day off yesterday, series in Oakland, going up against a team they should handle. So I always look at it that way. It's a good test when you get out on the road. Certainly a team that you're not too familiar with, don't know much about, but you're the better team. We look at the paper, we look at the notes, we look at the numbers. They tell us that the Cubs should take care of business, certainly in Oakland, but you got to go play the games.
That's exactly right. It's almost time to get interactive with the show. Get your mobile, laptop, or tablet ready. Head to csnchicago.com/vote. No special app. In just a few minutes, we will bring you our live fan vote. All right, big story today. Cubs have recalled Jorge Soler. He is the Cubs' DH tonight. Here's Joe Madden on bringing George, as they like to call him, in the clubhouse back into the fold.
He's well. I really, like, if he was coming back and he wasn't well and he's like an 80%er, I would probably say something like that. But I'm not hearing about any restrictions with him right now. I'd rather him just go play without any kind of negative noise from me. So he's ready to go. There's nothing holding him back. Go ahead and play. Hit a couple homers. We'll be happy with that. Then he can jog.
All right, Holly, Soler back tonight. What are you looking to see tonight and beyond? Because it's going to take time to get acclimated back into the big league.
Well, right, and that's what it comes down to, Cappy. When you miss time like this, and unfortunately I can speak to this, not that I'm certainly proud of it. I've ended up on the DL a few times. You've got to really work hard at getting your timing back at the plate. Listen, you can go through the minor league stuff. You can go on the rehab assignments and say this, and this happened. I feel good. My swing feels right. But you get back underneath the lights, you get in front of the crowd, it always feels a little bit different. So watch his timing, watch how he's reacting to the game and the game action and the speed of the game and how quickly he's acclimating to everything that's going on around him. That will be the key. And again, how much opportunity he gets is also certainly going to be part of this. But Soler, as we know, can be a big factor down the stretch and certainly factoring into the playoff conversation if, in fact, he's back, he's healthy, and he's moving in the right direction. We saw what he did last year.
To make room for Jorge, the Cubs have DFA'd Joe Nathan. Here's Joe Madden on the move that made the room for the return of George.
With Nathan, he just needed more time, and we just had so many other people to get involved that just didn't work out immediately, in a sense. I do believe he's on the right path. I hope he gets another opportunity. Part of it is just going to miss him in the clubhouse, too. This guy immediately demonstrated why he's so good in the clubhouse, the professional that he is. That part is tough, but again, we just have so many folks here to get involved. It was the only way we could possibly do it.
You surprised they pulled the trigger and cut their losses with Nathan, who hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but boy, the guy was a consummate pro, worked his tail off to get back.
Well, and this is what I will say. I think Joe showed enough that somebody out there is going to take a shot at Joe Nathan moving forward, so I don't think he's going to be out of the game. Cubs gave him an opportunity to get healthy and get back. He certainly made contributions here at the big league level, although not a whole lot. I mean, a small sample size, again, moving forward. Didn't think that he would have a huge role to play down the stretch, and you saw his opportunity dwindling as we made some acquisitions and as things have changed. But with that being said, Joe Nathan is a absolute professional. He's done it throughout his entire career. His experience alone will land him on a team, but I felt like he threw the ball pretty well. Somebody will give him an opportunity. He will be somebody's answer for the waiver deadline time here in August to pick up and give an opportunity to.
All right, time for our Cubs fan poll. To vote, visit csnchicago.com/vote. You don't need a special app. Just visit that website to get interactive with Holly and with me. We'll vote as well. Today's question is, as the postseason approaches, who do you want as the Cubs' everyday left fielder? Here's your choices. Chris Bryant, Chris Coghlan, Jorge Soler, or Ben Zobrist. How would you vote on that?
That's a tricky question. You start to look at it, you think Chris Bryant. Soler, I guess I look at Soler with the idea that, this is an opportunity, him coming back. If he gets something going, if he's playing every day, I know he's playing well. I think obvious right now to me is that between Bryant and Zobrist, you're probably going to see your largest percent of answers. That means that Bryant's obviously playing every day. I know we're being specific to left field, but ideally, if it means Baez is playing third base and you got Chris Bryant in left field, I don't think there's any complaint in there. It's certainly one of our better lineups. We like it, and it's a tip of the cap to Baez. But with that being said, I'm not locking in Chris Bryant in left field because he's just as good a third baseman. So I think looking at the crew, that's my answer because of the answers or the choices that we have right here. I would probably go with Bryant.
I looked at all of this, and Cog's a great guy, but he's not an everyday player on a team trying to win a championship. That's just a fact. Jorge has to prove that he's healthy and that he can handle that
that's what he would be proving, right? Yeah.
Ben Zobrist and Chris Bryant, for me, it's one of those two getting most opportunities because I want Baez in my lineup. I would lean where you went. I'd put Chris Bryant in left field, go, hey, buddy, it's yours. You get Zobrist at second. I get Baez at third with elite defense. I think you're a good baseball.
Well, the joy of this question, it's a good question, is because it's very fluid. You've got the ability to move all three of the players, Bryant, Baez, and Zobrist, around the field and use them in different ways and different matchups. So, again, and when you see it right there, Soler's winning this thing at 51%. That right there, I guess the point is that if Soler is your everyday left fielder, it's because he's playing well. So, I mean, again, he's going to have to earn it.
Here's the problem. If Soler is your everyday left fielder, where are you playing Javi Baez?
I understand that, but I think the people are looking at it with the idea that Soler is back, he's playing well, he's swinging the bat. They're thinking back to his postseason last year. I get it. They don't see Baez's name in the question.
Correct. But if you really think and dig deep,
I understand what you're saying.
Javi has offense, Javi has athleticism. I want the defense Javi brings over the bat that Jorge brings.
Absolutely agree, but I don't think our question wasn't dependent on Baez, though.
No question. Let's take a look at today's pitching matchup brought to you by Bona, the original Italian beef. We may have to get that for dinner tonight. It's 11-4 John Lester against 1-2 Dylan Overton. All right, Todd, tell us about the Cubs hurler on the mound tonight.
John Lester's coming off a good one against the Seattle Mariners. 6 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs. You're going to see the fastball. You're going to see the cutter. He knows how to pitch in Oakland. He is a former A. He knows how it works there. We're going to get into it a little bit later in the show, talking about what playing in Oakland is like and certainly about making his 22nd start. We know John when he's good. He's elevating with purpose. Again, notice the difference. Not accidentally, leaving pitches up in the top of the strike zone. He is one who loves to live at the bottom of the strike zone, work the cutter on the inside part of the plate, the right-handed hitters. And they've got some right-handed hitters that you're going to have to respect tonight. So command to both sides of the plate, but I really do believe he has to establish inside of the right-handed hitter. He still will be getting the majority of the outs away. So look for him down in the zone.
All right, pitching for the A's, Dylan Overton. Todd, he's allowed 9 homers and 18 1/3 innings pitched. No Cubs player has ever faced him, and the ERA and the whip bloated.
Well, that's about the only thing he's got going for him right now is the fact that no Cubs hitter has seen him. So again, maybe you think to the first and second inning where the Cubs will be making their first attempts at taking down Dylan Overton. His stuff is okay. I'm not going to oversell this one or overplay it. We know this. He's already given up 9 long balls in about 19 innings this year. That is a huge number. He has struggled mightily. He's got 1 quality start, 1 decent start of the 4 he's made. This is only his 5th start. If the Cubs put together the attack that they've been putting together, they should score some runs against him tonight.
All right, this day in Cubs history is a very special day. It was a long-awaited debut that took place in Colorado 2 years ago.
Baez in his major league debut tonight. High and deep, right center field. Javier Baez with a home run. Oh, baby. That ball exploded out of his.
Aren't you guys a peach?
Is that you, Cappy?
Wow. He's thinner now. He's 15 to 20 pounds thinner than he was then. He, at times, swings out of his shoes, but he's much more under control. But 2 years later, what a different team the Cubs are and what a different total player he is.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, again, we talk about the good and the bad, and think about this. You know, he's been going through a little thing offensively after going through a really good thing offensively. Struggling just a little bit, I think, back to his last game, big hit late in the ball game. Defense never takes a day off. He understands the separation between the two, understands what Joe Madden expects of him. He has earned more playing time. Remember, the story of the season was Javier Baez was not a starter. He was a utility guy who was working his way around the field and had to fight for his at-bats. We see him out there almost regularly. The strides he has taken from the day that he arrived, from the big swings to going back down, figuring a few things out, and coming back up here, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. I would be almost willing to say this about him more than any other Cub, that I don't know where the ceiling is for him, because I've continued to watch him grow and blossom, and I know that there's more power in there because he's got it, but it's almost like he reset himself to understand what it would take to survive at the major league level, knowing that I can't strike out this much. And when he taps back into that power as he gets a little bit older, I mean, he could be a 30, 40 home run hitting shortstop.
Unbelievable. All right, we're just getting started on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group. After a week of comeback wins, yesterday Cubs enjoyed a rare off day in the San Francisco Bay Area. Kelly Crow takes a look at why this might be a month to remember for Cubs fans. 2 minutes till the start of the game. Still time to give Feldco a call. Holly does. 866-4FEL-DCO.
Some windows.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
Is price important? You bet it is. Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group.
It's the best price. You know it's the right price.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
Those other things are just perks, extras. It's not like it's built into the price.
Exactly. A low price and Fields amenities at no additional charge.
I got more car for the money.
It's what we do. Fields matters because you matter.
Pat Hughes reporting from Wrigleyville Sports, where the excitement is building. Devin is getting a new home white jersey customized while he waits. He'll be ready for game action in no time. Ashley is having fun taking selfies in her new Cubs t-shirt. Fits like a glove. Colin is testing out a new bat. Get out the tape measure, long gone. Across the street from Wrigley Field, Wrigleyville Sports is your one-stop shop for everything Cubs. Open 7 days a week or anytime at WrigleyvilleSports.com.
In the beginning, there was the original White Castle chicken ring. And now we're introducing the new pretzel chicken ring. Made with delicious all-white meat, they're crispy, shareable, and extremely dippable. The ring is the thing. In fact, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Mission accomplished. I ordered ahead. Pick up for Mike.
20 chicken rings for just $4.99. Only at White Castle.
200 million watching history be made. 2 million making their own. 5 seconds gained. And a nomination won. When it counts, the biggest moments count on Comcast Business. With $5,000 of NBC coverage for the games. Over 900 miles of fiber laid for the Democratic National Convention. 40 pit stalls monitored at once for NASCAR. And 10 terabytes of data transferred for the big game at Levi's Stadium. We know what it takes to connect millions. Imagine what Comcast can do for your business.
Have a look around.
Thank you.
Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love.
So you like it?
I do. Now is the moment to get the Honda Accord you love. Named a Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 30 times at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
You are looking live at the Oakland Coliseum where the Cubs and the Athletics are getting set to tangle in Game 1 of a 3-game weekend set. Cubs coming off a wild homestand, which they won 7 of 8. Our Kelly Crow takes a look back.
It's August, and we know that we only have, pretty much a sprint left. It's out of the marathon, so let's get to the playoffs, and we want to just keep plugging away.
Just 55 games remain for the Cubs in the regular season, and similar to last year's sweep of the Giants that catapulted the club into a 19-9 August, this 2016 group opened the month on a perfect note as well, taking 3 straight from the Marlins, an NL contender. So with stronger pitching,
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
solid defense,
Barehanded pick, Baez out at first.
and some wild luck,
That gets away! Cubs win!
the Northsiders are showing signs of a team about to catch fire again.
We just never quit. It's as a team, that's kind of a mantra, and that's something that all good teams have to believe, that when they're down late in the game, they can come back and win games. And this series was huge for us to be able to believe that for ourselves.
I really think September brings its own energy, so you got to keep playing through this month. You got to go out west twice, which seems to happen every August, and that's always a tough. It's a tough moment, and the 3 to Oakland and back, what that does to the inner clock, all that kind of stuff. So just have to be vigilant regarding resting different guys.
In a pretty good group right now, and we're hitting some pretty good, or rolling on good steam.
The Cubs entered their off day 9 games in front of the Cardinals and still sporting the best record in baseball. But unlike a year ago, 90-something wins and a deep postseason ride won't be adequate.
We're trying to win a World Series. I didn't come here for a haircut, you know what I mean? We're trying to get it on. I came here for jewelry.
I don't think anybody would be satisfied with anything less. I don't think the Chicago Cub fans will be satisfied with anything less either. So we know the end goal, and we're a long way from there. But we just have to keep playing good baseball and get ourselves in a good position.
That is how the Cubs' acquired champions are all talking. And you can get the sense that Zobrist, Lackey, Lester, Ross, all letting the young guys know in their own way right now that the final push is here in their World Series or bust season. Covering the Cubs, I'm Kelly Crawl for Comcast Sportsnet.
Enjoyed a well-deserved day off on the bay yesterday. Jake Arrieta wore some crazy shorts at Pebble Beach as the boys in blue hit the links for a round of 18 holes. All right, so welcome back to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group. Time for story time with Holly. Give us your favorite off-day memory as a big leaguer.
Oh, well, there's lots of great stuff. I did great stuff with the family, did some amusement park stuff throughout some time. Early on, when before I got married, I played some golf. There's just great experiences that are there, much like the boys were able to do. You want to make your off days count. And
what, Marks won't let you play golf?
What are you talking about?
You still go out and play golf, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. But Marsh and I, when we had Tie and Tug, we went to amusement parks. We did Kings Island. We did a lot of great stuff. And I really wanted to spend my days with Marsh more than anything. But before I got married, I did just like the boys did. We tried to play golf because most of the players don't get to play golf or don't really want to play golf during the regular season. Like when the season's going on, Monday through Friday, you're playing your games. Guys don't want to play golf early in the morning. It wears you out. So when you get your off days, you want to make them count.
Doesn't wear out Yoenis Cespedes. Yoenis Cespedes. I want you to explain to me, from the mind of a baseball player, how you can have a strained quad, you don't hustle balls out, you let a ball go through your legs at Wrigley and then just walk after it, basically. But you can play 18 holes almost every day in New York on the finest courses in the world, and then you show up to play that night and go, the legs bother me again, you better DL me. Well, and he's still golfing.
Right. Well, that was a no-no. He didn't need to be doing that, and that's the bottom line with that. I don't know why he would have done that. He has to believe. I can't. I guess maybe I don't understand the difference. Maybe it's cultural, but the fact that he put himself out there that way, how did he not see that coming? That's just one of those things that, whether you believe or not, he injured himself because he was playing golf. And I'm not saying that he did. It's just it raises the possibility. So now you've put yourself in a position where your teammates don't respect what you're doing.
And the best part of the whole thing, you know that Theo Jett and Joe Madden are all in concert. They're on the same page. So Sandy Alderson has a meeting with the media, and he says, look, it's bad optics, and we're going to have to deal with this and get it corrected. And they go to Terry Collins. He goes, I got no problem with it. I don't think it's bad optics. Come on, man. Are you really that dense? Come on. Ridiculous. All right, let's look at the Cubs lineup. Brought to you by Wrigleyville Sports. Here we go. Fowler leads off at center. Then it's Bryant in left, Rizzo at first, Zobrist at second, Russell at short, Soler DHs, Hayward, Baez, Grandpa Rossi. All right, now let's look at the A's lineup. Marcus Semien at shortstop, the ex-White Sox player. Jake Smolinski, Danny Valencia, Chris Davis, Billy Butler, Ryan Healy, Brett Eibner, Tyler Ladendorf, Bruce Maxwell, and the pitcher is Dylan Overton.
Yeah, you got to take note of the power they got in the middle of that lineup. Valencia and Chris Davis for certain both have power, both are right-handed, and Semien as well has big-time power.
All right, time for Built for Business, presented by Comcast Business. In case you missed it last night, A's and Angels tied at 5 in the 5th. Jimon Choi bidding for his 3rd home run of the night, but Coco Crisp, no soup for you. He scales the wall for a rob job. What a catch by Crisp. A's go on to win the game 8-6 in extras. That is Comcast Business, built for business. All right, we'll take one more break. We can get to Cubs pregame live, finished up and handed off to Len and Jim, all brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. Holly's award-winning keys to the game, and we'll pick our key performers while you pick yours at home. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Go, guys. It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus no money down and no interest until 2018. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
It starts with the low Fields price, and then we include all of the Fields amenities at no extra charge.
I'm not overpaying for my vehicles. I'm getting great customer service and great amenities at Fields.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
It's not about the word free, it's the way they deliver it and what they deliver.
We simply treat people the way we want to be treated. It's a commitment to our customers we made long ago. Fields matters because you matter.
Hey, which filter should I use? Sandstone or sandpaper? Sandstone, sandpaper.
Or how about sandwich? It was pretty good. It was very good.
Real people need a real breakfast. Come into McDonald's for the most breakfast options under the sun. And don't forget to download the McDonald's app for coupons and offers on all your breakfast favorites and more.
You've heard of a pack of wolves, the pride of lions, a murder of crows. Well, we call this a rumble of Dodges. When you call one, you call them all.
Get $3,500 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash or 0% APR for 60 months on the 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan.
All right, Holly's time to shine with your Fields Auto Group keys to the game. T. Holly.
All right, on the ropes, Dylan Overton finds himself there already. I told you the only advantage he's got against this Cubs lineup today really is the fact that nobody's seen him. But I think as we make the first pass, this Cubs team makes the first pass through the lineup, they're going to put together some quality at-bats. We mentioned it already in the show. A lot of mistakes out over the plate. 9 home runs surrendered in 18 innings already this season, so he has had damage done to him. Again, he has not been very successful. He does have a pretty decent change if you saw it right there, so keep your eye on that. I know that's kind of bothered a few Cubs hitters, but if they put together good at-bats, they're really going to come through today. Pull power, John Lester certainly has to recognize Simeon, Valencia, Davis, and I'll even throw in Billy Butler. Talking about the Oakland A's here, they have pull power. The first 3 guys that I mentioned, that is what they do. It's not power to all fields, it's pull power. Simeon, he's got 20, what do we got here? Sorry, 22 home runs. Davis, 27 homers. Valencia's got 14, and he mashes lefties. So the top 3, 2 of your leadoff hitter and your 3 and 4 hitter for certain are very, very lethal with the power side on the pull side. And I'm throwing in Butler just because he's hot, 545 over his last 7 games. How it plays, Cappy, this is the one thing that we wanted to get to, let our Cubs fans know this. Oakland is not an easy place to play. Tons and tons of foul territory, awkward bounces. You have to be on your game in this building, meaning running the bases, paying attention to everything that goes on. If there's an overthrow, you can take 2 bases on just about every overthrow there is. So these are things that you have to think. These are things that you have to anticipate. Balls at the wall, different things that are out there. You have to kind of get out there a little bit early, kind of go through the details and get a good feel of what this ballpark is. It's not the easiest place to play for an outfielder. The ball does not travel as well at night. And again, as I said, tons and tons of foul territory that you have to be accountable for, especially on overthrows.
All right, time for our key performers. You see your choices on the screen. Make your picks at home. You have a 17-12 lead on me in pregame shows. You get to go first.
I'm going to go Addison Russell. I like the fact that, listen, like this is like some sort of weird, listen, I think he's ours. I mean, he's the Cubs, right? We put him in the big leagues, gave him the chance. But, this all started with the Oakland A's. He's back in Oakland for the first time. So I'm going to go Addison Russell and getting some, I don't know, maybe a little payback, if you will.
All right, I think that's an okay choice, but I think
just okay?
Yeah, I think just okay, because I think it's a pretty obvious choice for me tonight. I'm going to take Javier Baez. I think he has a big game tonight, offensively, defensively, and on the bases.
Yeah, it could be, and he's the kind of player that would pick up on those things. Again, I talk about it all the time. In Oakland, there's so much foul territory. You've got overthrows and different things that can happen on the field. I've seen it. I've played it. I mean, it factors into the game like really no other ballpark in baseball. So keep your eyes on that at home, Cubs fans, because it could be an interesting game if Cubs are playing that type of game, and Javi Baez, in a lot of ways, could be your guy to take that extra base.
All right, somebody explain to me how Anthony Rizzo, who may be the leading candidate for player or MVP, has only 2%. But the winner is Dexter Fowler. All right, we'll see what happens. We will see you tomorrow for Cubs pregame at 2:30. Len and JD are next. See ya.
Swinging out to Vegas for the weekend. Roll, just roll those dice.
Folks, it's the greatest double play ever.
Get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Add any 4 20-ounce Pepsi-Cola products for just $5.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
This one has amazing gas mileage, but I think this one is more my style. But then again, maybe this one is more my style. What to do?
Now, at Continental Motors, there's a 3-day exchange policy on all used cars.
Wow, 3 days, really?
Yeah, 124 hours.
No, 3 days is 72 hours.
Well, not if you're using the metric system.
No, still the same.
Even if you carry the...
72 hours.
So then 3 days. Grab your phone and come check out our unbeatable online selection at ContinentalMotors.com.
We are the Coors Brewing Company. And our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. A beer proud enough to wear our name in big, red, scripted letters. That's why we lager, filter, and package cold. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
Your home, your auto. They just go together. Combine your home and auto insurance with State Farm. Save time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to your State Farm agent today.
The Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation and the Bono family have teamed up to knock cancer out of the park. Order your Italian beef the Rizzo way, and Bono will donate to my charity. I'm proud to be working with the Cubs and the Bono family, 2 Chicago originals.
Order it the Rizzo way at your local Bono restaurant.
Baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Nice, clear, cool night here in the Bay Area. The Cubs in Oakland for only the second time ever in interleague play. Cubs and A's opening up a 3-game set. And welcome to the Oakland Coliseum. Jim DeShays and Len Casper. The Cubs with an off day yesterday following a very good homestand.
Yeah, very good homestand. Doing well in all phases of the game. Some tremendous defensive plays on the homestand. A couple of walk-off wins. The tail of the tape, 7-1 record at 2.04 ERA. Both the starters and the relievers outstanding. Versus the American League West this year, the Cubs are 6-2 with a 1.92 ERA. That's pertinent because the A's play in the American League West, and after this series, the Cubs go home to face the Angels.
Yeah, they'll play the Astros in September in Houston as well. John Lester was briefly an Athletic, so he's used to pitching in this ballpark.
And he's been good in this ballpark. Career here, he has a losing record, but a 2.71 ERA. He made 11 starts for the A's in 2014, 6 of them in this ballpark, at a 2.01 home ERA that year. Dylan Overton, the young left-hander, has really struggled. The home run ball has been a big problem for him. He's made 4 starts, 18 innings. He's allowed 9 homers.
So the first place Cubs against the last place A's, and the Cubs coming off one of their better homestands in recent memory. A couple of big walk-off wins. We'll get this 3-game weekend set and road trip started next.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit mykiachicago.com to learn more.
Pat Hughes reporting from Wrigleyville Sports, where the excitement is building. Devin and Colin are choosing caps from the enormous wall of hats. Check out that selection. Chris and Tony are sporting new home jerseys with the blue pinstripes, blue hats, and sleeves. Get these ball players some trousers. Katrina is eyeing a new sweatshirt. She wants to be ready for the postseason. Across the street from Wrigley Field, Wrigleyville Sports is your one-stop shop for everything Cubs. Open 7 days a week or anytime at WrigleyvilleSports.com.
Yeah, I like this right here.
The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on, and 0 for 72 is here on 2016 Ford Focus, Fusion, and Escape. Plus, just announced, now get $1,000 bonus cash. That means freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand.
I'm free, baby.
Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on Focus, Fusion, and Escape during the Ford Freedom Sales Event.
Welcome back to Oakland, and the leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Dexter Fowler leads off the game with a hit, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Pretty neat deal. Anthony Rizzo's from Parkland, Florida. His Little League team is playing this weekend out here in California in the Intermediate World Series in Livermore. Tomorrow, the U.S. Championship game. They've already won the Florida State title and the Southeast title, so they'll actually represent the Southeast region. He got them all tickets tonight to enjoy the Cubs and the A's. Nicely done, Anthony Rizzo. A lot of Cub fans in the ballpark, as you can imagine. Only the second time ever the Cubs have come to Oakland. 2013 was their first trip here. And JD, the Cubs made a roster move today as Jorge Soler is back from the disabled list.
Yeah, all systems go for Soler. That hamstring injury hopefully behind him. You see the numbers so far this year. It's been a season of fits and starts for him. You know, once he gets on a little bit of a roll, then he kind of scuffle a little bit. Then he got hurt. Joe Nathan designated for assignment. So Joe no longer with the ball club.
Just didn't have enough time to really get going as Cubs made all these bullpen moves.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, hopefully he'll land if he wants to continue pitching, land a job with some other club. But when you're in go-for-it mode, as the Cubs are, you knew they're going to be active at the trade deadline, and that there might be some casualties off the major league roster. And it looks like, you know, Joe Nathan will, if he pitches again in the big leagues, it'll be for someone other than the Cubs.
Set your umpires for tonight. It's Mike Estabrook behind the plate. The crew chief Dana DeMuth at first. Ramon De Jesus is at second. And Paul Emmel over at third. Only one night game in this set. That's tonight. And then two early starts on Saturday and Sunday. The Cubs were off yesterday. The A's snapped a 5-game losing streak with a win in extra innings in Anaheim. John Lester will not have to bat tonight, although he's at the point where he probably enjoys it. At that big pinch hit, game-ending sac bunt on Sunday against the Mariners. So Dylan Overton, the rookie left-hander, will face the following Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Fowler, Bryant, and Rizzo at the top. Former A. Ben Zobrist in the cleanup spot. Former Athletic first-round draft pick Addison Russell. First time in this ballpark since he signed and took BP here. Soler will be the DH. Hayward in right, batting seventh. Javier Baez at third, and David Ross will bat ninth.
We'll check in with the Athletics defensively. They've committed 69 errors, second most in the American League, and the advanced metrics really do not like this club defensively, but there's a lot of new faces out there. Chris Davis, Jake Smolinski, Brett Eibner just called up from the minor leagues, compose the outfield. Healy, Simeon, Leidendorf, Valencia, third to first. Danny Valencia making his sixth start at first base. Say that fast 3 times. Bruce Maxwell, a rookie behind the plate. And the rookie Dylan Overton is on the mound. He's the Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher for the A's. And Dylan would tell you, never mind perfection, I just want to have a good outing. So far, it's been a tough go for him. He won his debut start. But things have not gone well since then. And check out the home run numbers. 9 home runs in just 18 in a third inning of work. 1 and 2, 933 for Overton. He goes upper 80s with a fastball, cutter, curveball. The best pitch, probably his changeup.
Cubs starting the night 9.5 games ahead of St. Louis. The Cardinals are hosting the Braves this weekend. They lead 1-0 in the top of the 7th. In St. Louis, the A's pulling up the rear in the AL West, a game back of the 4th place LA Angels. So Fowler will start it. Switch hitter batting righty. And the lefty Overton is ready to work. And on the outside corner, strike one to get us started.
Overton 6'2", $175, 24 years of age, from Oklahoma, pitched at the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, Yeah, he had Tommy John surgery shortly after he was drafted. One and two the count. A's really banged up this year. Off the outside. They put second baseman Jed Lowry and pitcher Jesse Hahn on the DL today, and they've now used the DL 24 times this year, one short of the Oakland club record.
Well, there's something to shoot for. And Bob Melvin's had a successful run here as the manager of the A's. Just a tough go for them the last couple of seasons. You go back to 2014, you remember they were the best team in baseball for most of that year.
That ball cranked to deep left center. It'll go. Leadoff homer, Dexter Fowler. And the Greater Chicago Food Depository benefits courtesy Benny's. 1-0.
Well, after the walk-off win the other day, they get off to a great start here this evening as Dexter Fowler goes deep for the 9th time. And it's a home run ball for this kid. And you know, his minor league numbers, he did a very nice job keeping the ball in the ballpark, but that was minor league hitters. The big leaguers are wearing this guy out. 10 home runs now, 18 in the 3rd innings of work. He's on a Deshasian pace.
So one batter in, 1-0 Cubs, and an 0-1 count to Chris Bryant. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 10 leadoff homers as a Cub for Fowler. Swing and a miss on a curveball for strike 3. .59 degrees as we get started tonight. But I would call it a warm 59. You know, 59 at Wrigley Field in April can feel like 40, but here it's not too bad.
No, the sun is still out. We're not getting hit by any wind. No, it's pleasant right now.
Fastball strike to Rizzo.
Refreshing, I'm sure, for the Cub players after playing in some pretty hot weather on the homestand.
Curve missed. A little low. One and one the count.
Overton 10-4 with a .321 earned run average at AAA Nashville.
The wind and the 2-1 is hit a ton but way foul. Made changes to this ballpark over the decades, but the one thing that's been pretty constant is a ton of foul territory, and a pitcher can buy a few extra outs on pop-ups that normally would make the seats. Broken bat, fly ball, shallow center, and a base hit. It'll drop in front of Smolinski. So Rizzo's on.
Number 18. Now we always talk about the bloop and the blast. Well, the blast came first. Here's the bloop. Little crack bat single for Rizzo.
Here's Ben Zobrist, who was acquired by the A's January 10th of last year, and then traded away to Kansas City in late July. And he would go on to win a World Series ring with the Royals last year. 67 games with Oakland. And he hit 268. Short lead by Anthony in the 0-1. Fouled back our way.
Yeah, we might get some action up here this weekend. Left-handed batters, well positioned for that.
Bounced in front of the plate, knocked down by the catcher Maxwell. .330 down the lines. We've got low walls mostly around the outfield, 8 feet high. 15 feet high in the alleys, which is where Fowler went for his home run. Fly to left. Chris Davis will make the catch. Rizzo tags and he'll stay at first.
Batting in the 5th position.
2 away, and it'll bring up Addison Russell.
Addison Russell.
So Russell finally made it to the Coliseum, but not as an Athletic. He was the 11th overall pick in 2012, first rounder by the A's. After he signed, he came here to the Coliseum and took batting practice with the big league club, and this is the first time since that he's been back here.
A little better of late, but he has struggled against left-handed pitching this year. Well, there's better.
There's a base hit. Third hit of the inning for the Cubs, and it'll give Jorge Soler a chance.
Batting in the 6th position, designated hitter, number 68, Jorge Soler.
Russell head right on that one. Good solid swing. So far, no ill effects after the off day.
So Soler back after missing almost 2 months with the strained left hamstring. Struggled in terms of his numbers on his rehab assignment. 11 games, hit 162. But the key thing is that he's healthy. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Joe was asked about it before the game, and he said, no restrictions, just go play. So, you know, if the reports came back that he was good enough to go, but still a little suspect, then maybe he would give him a different message. He said, if you want to jog, hit one out of the ballpark.
That's a strike, according to Estabrook. 1-1. Short trip, 3 games here, and that's it. Cubs then head back home for another long stay at Wrigley Field. Jake Arrieta and Sonny Gray, right-handers tomorrow. Kyle Hendricks will take his .222 ERA into Sunday's matchup with lefty Sean Manaea. Deep left, Soler, gone! 3-run homer in his return from the DL. 4-0.
Welcome back, George. That was a 1-iron, an absolute laser. Beautiful swing by Soler. Number 6 on the year for him.
Number 22, Jason Hayward.
Jason Hayward batting 7th tonight. 2 homers here in the first. Fowler to lead it off. Soler with a 3-run blast. So some early run support for John Lester.
Jorge just needed to get back to the big leagues to hit like a big leaguer.
Right. One from Overton. Just foul. Line past a diving Danny Valencia.
A lot of times when a player first comes to the big leagues, the message he'll get from his AAA manager, everybody else in the organization, the big league manager when he gets there is, hey, you're here for a reason. Just keep doing what you did down at the minor leagues. Don't overrate the opposition. I think sometimes that can be overstated. And clearly Overton's got to find a plan B here.
4 hits, 4 runs. 2 of those hits left the ballpark. It's the Cubs 4, and the A's are coming up.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
DirecTV is at it again with another so-called deal. With a $60 intro rate that jumps to over $100 after just 3 months, then shoots up to almost $200 after a year. The hits just keep on coming because you're locked into a 2-year contract that can cost up to $3,500. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Switch to an X1 Double Play from Comcast and lock in your rate for 2 full years. Call or go online today.
Have a look around.
Thank you.
Got me looking so crazy right now, your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Looking so crazy in love, got me looking so crazy in love.
So you like it?
I do. Now is the moment to get the Honda Accord you love. Named a Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 30 times at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
Nice start for the Cubs offense. 2 homers, 4 runs in the first inning. John Lester will face the following Athletics Southwest starting lineup, 11th in the American League in runs per game. Semien will lead it off. Smolinski in center. He's from Rockford, Illinois. Danny Valencia, Chris Davis, the former Brewer. Billy Butler will be the DH. Ryan Healy just getting his Major League career started. Eibner making his A's debut. Tyler Ladendorf from the Chicago area. And the catcher, Bruce Maxwell. Semien, the shortstop, leading off for just the 2nd time this season, and takes apparently ball 1. Like a good pitch.
Here's the Alexis starting pitcher for the Cubs. Big John, 11-4 with a .295 earned run average.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Semien, the former White Sox.
Doing a lot of socking. 22 home runs from the shortstop position.
The only Athletic to have played in all 109 games to date. Only Trevor Story, who's currently injured, done for the year with the Rockies, has more homers as a shortstop with 27. Backdoor curve misses. th career start against the A's. Outside for a ball.
Well, offense showed up for John last time, too. His start against Seattle, he scored 12 runs for him. He pitched 6 shutout innings in that ball game. Struck out 7, walked a couple.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
He goes with a cut fastball under the swing of Marcus Semien. A's don't strike out much. They don't walk a whole lot either. 14th in the American League in walks, last in the American League in on-base percentage, and it's kind of ironic because it's the whole A's model, right? The whole Moneyball thing was working walks, high on-base guys. This version, not so much.
Smolinski takes a strike. He's from Rockford, and the only major league player ever from Boylan Catholic High School, where he was also a star quarterback on the football team. Chases one out of the zone, 0-2. Numbers would say this is a good matchup. He's hitting really well against lefties and also much better at home than on the road. Just off the outside corner.
Counting the pitcher Overton, 6 of the A's in this ball game have spent time in the minor leagues this year. You got a lot of youngsters that are running out there these days.
Line to right and a sliding grab by Hayward. 2 gone.
Hayward continues to impress with his glove work in right field. Got a great break on this ball.
Batting third, playing first.
So these two teams at opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of defensive work. You look at Baseball Reference or Fangraphs, any of those websites that do the advanced metrics. Cubs ranked #1 by a fairly wide margin in terms of defensive runs saved. The A's at the bottom by a fairly wide margin.
Ball 1 on Danny Valencia.
Well, the rest of the Cubs defensively, and it's brought to you by Arby's. Bryant Fowler, Hayward outfield, Baez, Russell, Zobrist, Rizzo infield, David Ross, the hind catcher.
Valencia, 31 years old. Whole career in the American League. Twins, Red Sox, Orioles, Royals, Blue Jays, Athletics.
He's done a lot of damage against left-handed pitching this year. 370 batting average, 440 on base, 654 slug.
Lester behind, 3 balls, no strikes. Chris Davis waits on deck. Right down Main Street, 3-1.
What's the main street in Oakland?
I'm going to go with Maine. I don't know.
It's got to be an iconic street in Oakland, doesn't there?
So?
Billy Martin Way.
Call strike 3. A little bit of a delayed call by Mike Estabrook. Valencia can't believe it, but the first inning is over. 2 strikeouts for John. Cubs lead 4-0.
It's a golden opportunity to discover that in a Lexus SUV, there are no adverse conditions.
Blue skies smiling at me.
Nothing but blue skies do I see.
Blue days, all of them gone.
For a limited time, get some of our best offers of the year at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 RX 350 for $419 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Getting a secure and safe home with style is just a stop away at Menards. This quick-set Juno deadbolt combo has a deadbolt and entry lock set. Get it in a satin nickel or bronze finish for $28.99 after rebate. Discover the many style and color options available from Jeld-Wen and let your only limit be your imagination. Right now, special order Jeld-Wen windows are on sale during the Red Hot Sale at Menards. Your window destination.
Save big money at Menards.
Call you back. Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous.
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart. Shut up.
Shut up.
That's why State Farm is there.
What a day.
With car insurance for when things go wrong.
What a day.
But also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Tickets for next week's series with the Angels are still available. Don't miss any action at Wrigley Field. Visit Cubs.com to get your tickets today.
Four 0 the Cubs lead. They'll bat here in the second inning. And the pitch to Javier Baez. Curveball too high. A reminder, Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. That's a strike. 1-1. Missed the outside corner.
For a guy like Overton to be successful, he's got to be able to throw his changeup in hitters' counts.
Popped him up, and that ball's going to drop. The catcher, Maxwell, had no idea where it was. So Valencia came racing in along with the pitcher, Overton. And nobody caught it.
Yeah, I see Maxwell a little shamefaced there. So that one definitely fell within his zone of responsibility. But you can't catch what you can't see. So Baez stays alive. Or maybe, I don't know. He probably should have at least shed the mask and tried to find it a little more aggressively than he did.
Hit pretty well, but this will be caught by Smolinski.
A lot of hard contact here off the young lefty. Gave up 3 home runs in his last start against the Indians.
Number 3, David Ross.
The answer to the question of the main
got?
street in downtown Oakland, I'm going with Broadway.
Broadway, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So unless I'm told otherwise, we're going to go with it. So any pitch in that middle box will be right down Broadway this weekend. A strike on David. He's batting ninth. 0-2. Nice off day yesterday here in the Bay Area for the Cubs. A lot of guys played some golf. Cubs will be off again when they return home Monday. Popped him up, shallow left center. Davis, the left fielder. 2 gone and back to the top, and Dexter Fowler homered to start the game.
Now batting, number 24, Dexter Fowler.
Well, 25, 30 years ago, this ballpark was a lot like many others in baseball. Now, it's unique. And what makes it unique is that it's not unique, right? This came in with all the dual-purpose facilities in the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, big, monstrous, cavernous ballpark. Cozy doesn't come to mind.
No, it's the only one left that houses a Major League and a National Football League team. The Raiders came back to Oakland in the mid-90s. That ball shot in the left, so Fowler is 2 for 2.
Number 17,
trying to throw a cut fastball in on his hands, and Dexter kind of wise to it. Quick bat, got on top, lashes it to left.
This park was called the Oakland Coliseum when it opened in the late 60s. It has lived under many different names since. UMax Coliseum, Network Associates, McAfee, Oakland Alameda County, O.co. Now it's just back to the Oakland Coliseum.
But those of us of a certain age, we think Oakland Alameda County. We can hear Howard Cosell.
The Oakland Alameda County Coliseum.
Just doing the Monday night highlights.
Yeah. If they wanted, they could put about 60,000 people in this park, but they have tarped the third deck all the way around to make it a little bit more intimate. Chris fouled that one off his leg or foot.
It's been a lingering issue here for years now, but this franchise possibly relocating. There was some talk of them moving Santa Cruz area. Some territorial disputes with the Giants as to whether the A's could move or not.
Fremont was discussed, which is south of here. Now, the commissioner recently said he's committed to keeping the A's in Oakland and said if we left the city 10 years from now, we would likely regret it.
I would think a publicly financed stadium would be out of the question.
Seems that way. 2-2 from Overton is rolled foul, especially after the Giants used private funds to build their ballpark across the bay. Well, the A's have had a lot of success since they moved to Oakland. Four World Championships, including 3 in a row in the early to mid-70s.
The 72, 3 and 4. With the Reds, the Mets, and the Dodgers.
2-2. We'll try it again.
Moved here from Kansas City 1968, I believe.
Yep. Started in Philadelphia. 5 world championships over a little more than half a century. Full count, 3-2. Rizzo on deck.
KB 7 out of 26, a 269 batting average on the homestand, a couple of doubles, a home run.
On the ground and into left for a base hit. Fowler will make the turn. They're at the corners.
By pretty aggressive base running there by Dexter Fowler, going first to third on that ball. I didn't realize Healy got a little leather on it. Moving with the pitch certainly gives him a little bit of a head start. There's Kurt Young, the pitching coach. This is his second tour of duty with the A's. I guess third tour of duty if you consider that he pitched here as well.
Yes, he did. And we'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Muscatine Power and Water in Muscatine, Iowa.
Never been to Muscatine. I've been to Muscatine, which is just down the road.
First and third, 2 outs and ball 1.
Muscatine, Iowa is in Muscatine County. Imagine that.
That makes sense.
I'm hoping their high school is the Battling Muskies, but on to bigger and better things. Rizzo's going to get an RBI base hit here.
Strike called, 1-1.
A very small sample. Overton has not had success against either right or left-handed batters so far. High 300s batting average, almost 400 from each side of the plate coming into this game.
Maxwell just saved a run.
Stephen Vogt is the primary catcher for the A's. He'll work tomorrow.
Fastball strike. It's 2-2.
A's team ERA 4.69, second highest in the American League. The starters are above 5. 5.18 for the starters. Only the Twins starters have a higher ERA than the A's.
A lot of short starts. Sonny Gray will go into his start tomorrow with a 5.84 ERA. Runner going, and Rizzo with an aggressive swing, but he fouled. Well, only 28 wins by A's starting pitchers, and we just started August.
33 times this year they have failed to complete 5 innings. The most such games in Major League Baseball. The bullpen's been worked awfully hard.
Another foul on 3-2. Well, they're making Overton work hard. Already over 50 pitches, and we're only in the second.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't really sink the fastball, so he doesn't have a put-away pitch either. You know, it doesn't appear to anyway. So it's the kind of approach that leads to a lot of deep counts and foul balls as he tries to pick at corners and trick hitters. He can't just challenge because, as you see, bad things have happened to him when he challenges.
This one might be playable. Ooh, good effort by Healy as he tried to go over the tarp. Couldn't quite get it. I mean, that right there is 25 rows up at Wrigley. And he almost caught it. That might be on.
Yeah.
That might be on Clark Street.
Yeah, you go that far at Wrigley, you're at Starbucks ordering a coffee.
Another 3-2. Another foul.
You mentioned the golf. Anthony, part of a group that went down to Pebble Beach and played the off day yesterday. Nice group, beautiful day.
Those guys want Anthony to hit a long one here. Already 1 for 1 with a run scored in the first. In the air to right. It's Eibner to end the inning. Cubs didn't score, but again, they made Overton work hard. 4-0 early.
This is our Colby sofa and love seat, only $7.99. And this is our competitors. Same look, but a whopping $17.99.
Ours has contemporary flair, coordinating toss pillows, all with Bobopedic memory foam seating for extreme comfort.
And of course, an untouchable value, $7.99.
And this is about how much sofa $7.99 will get you at our competitors. A little Bob's goes a long way.
There are 15 weekends this summer. Make them count. Find adventures as you find new trails. Own the road by making your own. And if you bring it all, bring it on. Summer's going fast, so there's not a moment to waste. Head to the Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
I joined Binny's in 1955. A winning team needs experience.
Nah, the Binny's team needs youth.
Guys, a great team needs both. That's why Binny's has been #1 in Chicago since 1948.
Ah, I should tweet that.
Rookie.
My computer! Oh, wait! What are we running after? Oh, like stupid old computer. Well, you know. I know. Today's PCs are faster and lighter. I know. So why are we still running?
You know about it. Now do something about it. Upgrade to a new PC.
Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Last time the Cubs were here, back in 2013, Dale Swain was their manager, and Luis Valbuena, Starlin Castro. Look at all these guys who are elsewhere. Nate Scherholtz, unfortunately, in the news today. More on that in a second. Alfonso Soriano, Anthony Rizzo, only guy in the lineup tonight who was in that lineup. Brian Bogusevic, Darwin Barney.
Yeah, the A's have gone through quite a transformation as well. Well, I didn't realize Brian Bogusevic was over in Japan.
Learn something new every day.
There you go.
Nate Scherholtz has received an 80-game PED suspension. He is a minor league free agent, so if anybody signs him, he would have to serve that suspension.
He spent some time in Japan last year, didn't he?
He may have.
Last year, the year before.
Knocked down Baez, and he will not have a play. Davis will have an infield hit.
It's a play Baez is normally going to make. Makes just about every play, so you're always surprised when he doesn't make the play.
Designated hitter, number 16, Billy Butler.
Maybe he overplayed this ball a little bit. And by the time he got it back in his hand, there was no play to be made. Infield knock for Chris Davis.
That's the A's first hit. First base runner. We'll see how aggressive they are against Lester. They're trailing 4-0, but it is early. And Davis will take off. He didn't get a great jump, and he is out. Nicely done by Zobrist. That ball was just slightly, it looked like, to the shortstop side. A quick tag.
Yeah, Davis had a pretty good size lead, but did not get a great jump, and quick release by David Ross. And yeah, a quick tag by Zobrist.
So back to the windup, and a strike on a fastball to Butler. Butler in his second year with Oakland after 8 seasons as a Kansas City Royal. He's been hot as of late, 11 for 19 over a 6-game hitting streak. Just broke his bat on a little roller foul.
you'll normally find him among the league leaders in line drive percentage. Which lends to a high batting average.
A nice article on CSNChicago.com by our Patrick Mooney about John Lester and how getting traded to Oakland kind of opened his eyes a little bit. First time he had gone to another organization, and he had mentioned that when he signed with the Cubs. When he left Boston, it's like, oh, okay, I could see myself possibly wearing another uniform. I mean, he had to with the A's, and then after the A's lost the wild card game, John became a free agent, signed the long-term deal with the Cubs. Hit hard on the ground, but Zobrist playing almost directly behind second base, and that's the second out. In the piece, Lester said it was his oldest son's birthday on July 31st. Hudson turned 4 years old. So they're having a birthday party. He found out that morning that he was going to be traded. Andrew Miller got traded. John Lackey got dealt. Stephen Drew, as the Red Sox kind of cleaned house that day. There's a strike to rookie Ryan Healy.
Yeah, it's the nature of baseball, and you grow up around it as a player, and so it's, you know, I wouldn't say you come to expect it, but it's bizarre when you think about it. In just about any other line of work, would you contemplate a situation where you just get a call one day, okay, you know, we've traded you to IBM in San Francisco, you have to be there tomorrow. Reading a story today on Jonathan Lucroy, and he was going through that. Of course, you know, as the trade deadline nears, a lot of times players, you know, the rumors will start to fly, and they'll have conversations internally with their agent and stuff, and they'll get a sense that it's likely going to happen. Lucroy was sitting in the airport out at O'Hare, getting ready to jump on an airplane when he got the call. He did not fly with the Brewers to San Diego initially. He was going to fly on his own to kind of wait as long as possible, and he was getting ready to check in for his flight when his agent called and said, "You've been traded."
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, inning over. A hit, no runs. Lester's faced 6 through 2.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Ankin with legendary sportscaster Steve Stone.
And I know the right team knows how to win, like Howard Ankin Law Office.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, I'm here to help. Please give me a call.
Put Howard's number in your phone right now, 312-6-MILLION.
At Discount Tire, we're not just about tires. We're about people.
Right now, get a $70 Visa prepaid card on any set of 4 Goodyear tires, plus $30 when purchased with Discount Tire credit.
One swing can be the ultimate game changer.
Jones with a high drive to left field.
And at T-Mobile, we know how to change the game for good. We've doubled our LTE coverage, and our extended range LTE is 4 times stronger in buildings than before. But we didn't stop there. With T-Mobile, you can stream baseball free without using your data on MLB TV. T-Mobile, that's Major League coverage.
This is it. The Hyundai Act Fast sales event, where you can get a deal for the ages on a car or SUV that offers all the latest technology, and the warranty is America's best. It's go time.
Act fast today and lease the Tucson for $139 a month.
It's good.
Yeah.
Vanilla?
French vanilla.
Hey fans, when you think mortgage in Chicago, think eClick Lending. With the rates at all-time lows, don't wait. Lock in your low rate today. With eClick Lending, you never pay lending fees. Point, click, save. eClick Lending. Underway here in the third. One strike on Ben Zobrist. 2 strikes on Ben.
Ben's been swinging a hot bat of late. 385 on the homestand. 10 hits and 26 tries.
Well, we've seen this offense get back to its early season ways. Best exemplified by Zobrist's bases loaded walk in the 9th on Wednesday to tie that game with the Marlins before the wild pitch won it. That gets past Healy and into left. Zobrist on his way to second, and he'll stand there. See how they'll score it.
I got to believe 2-base hit. Was it the best effort by Healy? Sharply hit.
Now batting, number 27, Addison Russell.
It is a double. And here's Russell. And a called strike. So it was Russell, outfielder Billy McKinney, right-hander Dan Straley, and Cash to the Cubs for pitchers Jason Hamill and Jeff Samardzija, July 5th, 2014. Low and inside.
Yeah, and the A's, who have always been that organization that was hesitant to trade away prospects. Billy Beane was in go-for-it mode that year. Understandably, they had a great team. We saw him the following spring at the exhibition in Vegas, and he was very frank, saying, that Addison Russell deal that could haunt me, but can understand why they did it.
Yeah, they were in go-for-it mode and lost the wild card as Russell just got hit. And will head down to first.
They got pretty good shortstop prospect in their system. Name escapes me right now, but the bat will play. The question is whether he'll be able to remain as shortstop, Bartoletto or something to that effect. Overton in the soup again. 2 quick base runners.
Barreto, are you thinking?
That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, I got him from the Donaldson deal, right?
I believe so. Picked up 3 pitchers from the Dodgers in the recent trade. They sent Josh Reddick and Rich Hill to L.A. 3 guys with pretty good upside.
Yeah, Franklin Barreto playing currently at Double-A Midland. Soler down into the right field corner, and that ball will get out of play. He had a 3-run homer to the pull side in his first at bat off the DL.
On Wednesday, August 10, Cubs take on the Angels. First pitch at 7:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs Everything pouch presented by Olivet Nazarene University. Tickets are still available. Visit Cubs.com. Ed McMahon should help sell that. Everything you ever wanted in a pouch.
Wanted to. Soler's pretty good in that first game, isn't he? First major league plate appearance. He homered in Cincinnati. Missing almost 2 months on the DL, comes back, bangs a 3-run homer in his first try.
Well, he took to heart what Joe said about, hey, if you want to jog, hit it out of the ballpark.
Tons of traffic here early against Overton. And Soler hooks this one foul. Follow In-Game Live on CSNChicago.com, presented by State Farm. I want to welcome those viewers watching us tonight on MLB Network. Glad to have you with us. Cubs and A's. Cubs got 4 in the first inning.
A's beat the Angels at a late afternoon game yesterday down in Anaheim. That snapped a 5-game losing streak.
Bounced left side, cut off by Healy. They get 1, and that's it. The throw actually went right into Russell. It was a little banged up. And it also looks like Ladendorf, the second baseman, not feeling too good either. They both came together as he was trying to make that relay throw.
Now Healy has to go a long way for this ball, so Russell's right on top of the bag as Ladendorf tries to make the turn there.
Looking at the right index finger. Russell hit at close range. He got hit by a pitch to reach in the first place. That was a painful sequence for him. As I mentioned earlier, the A's already put Jed Lowry on the DL with a bunion on his left foot.
Those bunions can be painful.
Yep.
It's a banged up bunch. Folks, the Cubs are celebrating Bud Fridays in the Budweiser bleachers all season long. Next Friday, that would be August 12th, Budweiser will provide Cubs fedoras to up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans 21 and older in the Budweiser bleachers. Get here early. For details, visit Cubs.com/Fridays.
First and third, one away now, Jason Hayward. And a called strike.
The guy that beats the drum out there in the outfield has stopped beating his drum already. He's dispirited already this early in the game. It's not good.
And do they only do it when the A's are batting?
No, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's an offensive thing. We'll monitor that situation as we go along. We just hate to see, guys. It's a game of peaks and valleys.
Got to stick with it.
Yeah. It's the grind, man.
Line into left and a base hit. Zobrist will trot home. 5-0 Cubs. I think our viewers at home don't mind that they're not banging that drum out there, but nicely done. Hayward still only one out, first and second for Baez.
As long as they bang the drum slowly.
Number 9, Javier Baez.
This big expansive outfield here. Hayward with that off-field approach. He made a lot of outs this year hitting into the pull shift on the ground to the right side. So well served to shoot it the other way.
I feel like your ratio of pithy comments for overall analysis increases after an off day, or it may just be on the West Coast for the late night.
It's a late night, yeah. I think it's a late night, and it's a 5-0 ball game early.
Baez lined out his first time up. Still no action in the A's bullpen. Cubs have 8 hits. That gets away briefly, and both guys will move up. Good read by Soler.
Wild pitch. And the A's have been charged with a whole bunch of those this year too. And so, that's a pitching stat. It's also a catching stat. And, balls in the dirt that aren't blocked that guys are able to advance on, reflects on the catchers, maybe as much as the pitchers. Chance for Baez. Had a good swing last time, hit the ball hard, but lined to center.
The infield in, second and third in the 2-0. Hammered to left. That will score both. Soler comes in. Hayward right behind him. Baez to second. He's got a double, and it's 7-0.
Well, 2 very good swings of the bat for Baez. This time he finds a little empty real estate out there in left field. And the Cubs continue to put a beat down here on Overton. Now they're going to start scrambling out there in the A's bullpen. Tough situation here for Bob Melvin. Bullpen has been worked awfully hard this year, trying to get some innings out of his young left-hander, but he doesn't want to see the kid get completely abused. And Overton came into this start with a .933 earned run average.
Another visit by Kurt Young.
When you look at Overton's numbers and how things have gone down for him here tonight, you hope you can look back a couple of years from now and he's a successful major league pitcher, and you can say, you know what, this kid made it through some pretty tough times.
The A's last 5 games, here's what they've gotten from their starters: 3 1/3, 5 runs, 3 1/3, 7 runs, 5 2/3, 5 runs, 4 innings, 6 runs, 4 innings, 5 runs. So that definitely explains why Overton is not out of the game at this point. Bob Melvin is just trying to get as many outs out of him as he can.
Yeah, this has the feel of a position player pitching at some point in this ball game.
1-0 on Ross. Nice Players Tribune piece with Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, and David Ross doing kind of a roundtable thing. Came out today. Swing and a miss.
What's the highlight?
It's just
chatting,
it's
talking
kind of,
ball, talking life.
Kind of the Grandpa Rossi thing.
And I haven't seen it yet, but Anthony Rizzo in Sports Illustrated this week too.
Talk about the Grandpa Rossi Instagram account. 1-2. The guys put together for David's final year. Bryant mentions his first encounter with David Ross was spring training last year, and Ross said, "How many homers have you hit?" And he said 9. He goes, "No, wrong. You've got 0. It doesn't count." Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ross said, "How many did you hit last year in the minors?" He said 43. He said 0. They don't count. You had 0 in the show. Homer single already for Fowler. Called strike. pitch. Strike 2.
I just heard the drum. After strike 1, I think.
It was a false alarm. There it is. I heard it too. Just getting warmed up. Sound check. Baez, the runner at second. 3 runs in. There it comes. Popped into left. Davis drifts in, and the inning is over. Midway in the 3rd, Cubs 7, A's nothing.
Here come the last of the 2016s.
I love this part. Stylish Prius, sporty Camry, fun Corolla, adventurous RAV4, they're all here. But not for long.
Right now, get incredible 0% APR financing on 11 of Toyota's most popular models, like the 2016 Camry, Corolla, RAV4, or Prius during Toyota's annual clearance event.
Come in and get the 2016 Toyota you want before they are gone.
Toyota, let's go places.
In the beginning, there was the original White Castle chicken ring. And now we're introducing the new pretzel chicken ring. Made with delicious all-white meat, they're crispy, shareable, and extremely dippable. The ring is the thing. In fact, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Mission accomplished. I ordered ahead. Pick up for Mike.
20 chicken rings for just $4.99, only at White Castle.
Our 4,000 ASE certified technicians can tell you, hard work ain't just something you wear. It's a way of life. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Right now at Firestone Complete Auto Care, Bridgestone is celebrating the Olympic Games by giving you the chance to instantly win $10,000 and other great daily prizes when you buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Stop by Firestone Complete Auto Care today for details.
Tomorrow, get ready for another interleague matchup by the Bay as the boys in blue battle the A's. Get the latest team-by-team intel before the first pitch with Cubs Pregame Live presented by Fields Auto. Cubs Athletics starting at 2:30 on CSN.
Here's our Coors Banquet timeless moment on this date 4 years ago. Then Cubs second baseman Darwin Barney. His 91st consecutive game without committing an error that set a Cubs record for a second baseman. One strike the count. Brett Eibner, former Kansas City Royal, acquired for Billy Burns. Second to final day of July. No less than a week ago, or about a week ago. They have to get a new sign, aren't they? Was that a Josh Reddick sign?
That was a Josh Reddick sign.
Yeah. He's now a Dodger. Strike 3.
Well, while Overton is struggling, John Lester just continues to sail along here.
Il prossimo battitore, numero 25, Tyler Laringo.
Painting the outside corner to get Eibner. It's his 4th strikeout.
By the way, Darwin Barney committed 2 errors tonight. Sorry, Darwin. He was playing third. Blue Jays Got a run in the 9th to beat the Royals in Kansas City 4-3.
That's a heck of a race over there in the American League East. Baltimore and Toronto tied entering play tonight. Boston 2 games back. Baltimore after 8 leads the White Sox 7-5. And the Bostons are out in front of the Dodgers 4-0. They're in the 4th. Down the coast here in LA.
Ladendorf. 2 down. Ladendorf went to Maine West High School in Des Plaines. Sure, a lot of family and friends are watching our broadcast back home. Maybe rooting for the Cubs, but also pulling for the A's second baseman. Catcher is Maxwell.
I don't know if folks at home can hear it. The public address announcer in this inning is speaking in Italian. Well, it's a different guy. It's an Italian fellow. It's an Italian heritage night here at the ballpark. So he's announcing the A's hitters in this inning in Italian.
Love it. Maxwell just 5 games into his major league career. Just cracked the end of his bat. Cool night, but that does not keep John Lester from working up a sweat.
John could work up a lather at the North Pole, but I'm sure he's enjoying this cool night.
Bryant catches that liner, and the inning is over. Lester's held the A's to 1 hit and no runs through 3.
Save like crazy at Bass Pro Shop's Summer Madness sale. Like select Redhead men's short sleeve shirts starting at under $18. Save 20% on this Pursuit scope with rings. And get ready for the Fall Hunting Classic, August 12th through the 28th.
One of these is not like the others, because only one triple doubles the seasoned beef, nacho cheese sauce, and crunchy tostada. Taco Bell's new limited edition triple double crunch wrap. It's one you don't want to miss.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Go, guys. It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus no money down and no interest until 2018. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Bears football is back, and we're blitzing Bourbonnais to bring you the most training camp coverage on air and online. Turn to CSN for the latest every night on Sports Talk Live and Sportsnet Central. Bears training camp coverage is presented by Apt, appliances, electronics, and more.
Tonight after Cubs post-game live, flip over to CSN and get up to speed on your favorite Chicago teams and the rest of the world in sports, plus the latest from the Olympics in Rio. All of that and more on Sportsnet Central tonight on CSN Chicago. Andrew Triggs is on, Nashville native, 6'4", 220. Product of USC. And a breaking ball for a strike on Chris Bryant.
He's been the human yo-yo for the A's this year. Just called up today for his 8th stint with the A's.
Fouled back by Chris. Believed to be the most recalls in Oakland history.
Something you can throw on the back of your baseball card. Yep. Got the club record for recalls. So, hey, it's better than the alternative, right? We used to say that about Brian Schlitter. You know, you're that up and down guy. You'd rather be that guy than the just down guy.
Right.
So he's getting some chances. 2.95 ERA, 16 games at AAA.
And Bryant strikes out.
Let's see where he would be tough on right-handed hitters with that crossfire delivery.
Now batting, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
You saying you like the angle of his delivery? With a name like Triggs.
Triggs, yeah.
You would think that would be unique. Believe it or not, math was not his favorite subject, though. Fouled off by Rizzo. The 0-1. He slings it in there on the outside corner, according to Mike Estabrook.
Lowry to the DL, Hahn to the DL, Eibner up. He's in right field tonight. And now Triggs, for the 8th time, returns to the big leagues this year.
Jaime Garcia, 8 shutout innings and the game-winning hit. That's a pretty good night, 1-0.
Wow.
Cardinals beat the Braves. So the Cubs lead down to 9 games. Cardinals coming off a series loss in Cincinnati. They dropped 2 out of 3 earlier this week. Matt Carpenter back off the disabled list. He went 0 for 4. Triggs with back-to-back Ks to start the 4th.
Tuesday, August 16, the Cubs are offering specially priced tickets to all Girl Scouts as well as their families and friends to watch the Cubs host the Milwaukee Brewers. All participants will receive a Cubs-themed Scout patch. For more information, visit Cubs.com/special group nights.
Our Twitter friends telling us that I guess Darwin Barney, even though he made 2 errors tonight, did come up with a huge play in the 9th for the Blue Jays. That's not surprising. One and one to Zobrist.
Good tight rotation on that breaking ball. It's great leverage when you throw across your body like that. Really, some guys find that it makes it easier to get real tight spin on the breaking ball. We see it with Arrieta with that crossfire delivery.
Ground ball to second, Ladendorf, and that will end the inning. Triggs does his job, tries to settle things down, but his team's down 7.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
Tackle any task or project with Gorilla products from Menards. Keep packages secure with Gorilla shipping tape. Ultra thick yet easy to cut and apply. A 20-yard roll is just $4.49, and a 2-pack refill is only $7.97. Make storage easier with Rubbermaid open stock wire shelving. It's easy to install and perfect for all types of closets, laundry rooms, and more. Right now, a 48 by 12-inch wardrobe wire shelf is $4.99 during Menards Red Hot Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
The McDonald's app is here. Download it now for coupons and offers on all your breakfast favorites, like the Big Breakfast with hotcakes, a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, a sausage biscuit with egg, or a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, to name a few. Download today for the most delicious breakfast options under the sun.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Time for our Great Clips Fan Cam. By the way, I guess tomorrow's going to be Throwback Day. The Cubs will wear their light blue with the white pinstripes from, I guess, 1981. I'll have it for you here on CSN. Semien, foul strike, 7-0 Cubs.
1971, you say?
81.
81. I hope they're comfortable to pitch in.
Agreed.
A's have had one base runner. That was Chris Davis. And then he was caught stealing. So John has faced the minimum through 3.
Lester thought he had him. Like his manager, Semien went to Cal Berkeley, right up the road from here. He's actually from Berkeley, so playing for his hometown team. He'll get way out of play off of first. A's got him from the White Sox in the Jeff Samardzija deal prior to last season. John's 2-2. And he's run it full.
Struck him out first time with a cutter. Down and in, got a swing and miss.
Ground ball to Russell.
The Cubs are introducing a game-changing new premier experience at Wrigley Field with seats featuring prime views and access to an exclusive club. This will allow fans to enjoy Cubs baseball in a whole new way. Visit CubsPremier.com to join the Premier Client Priority List.
Smolinski, the former Texas Ranger. Just foul.
Hey, happy birthday to Eric Hinsky.
How old is Mr. Hinsky?
Mr. Hinsky is 39 years of age today.
Happy birthday, the Cubs. Yeah.
Assistant hitting coach, former Rookie of the Year. Probably still come off the bench and get a big knock for you.
Line to left. Bryant has had a busy night, and he makes the catch. Valencia with 2 outs, nobody on. Only hit of the game for the A's was Chris Davis' infield single in the second, and then he was very quickly caught stealing. Yankees beat the Indians 13-7. Starlin Castro with a 3rd inning grand slam. Mark Teixeira announcing earlier today he will retire at season's end. He had 2 hits.
Career. Yeah. The 5th on the all-time home runs list for switch hitters.
Sounds about right.
Handful of Gold Gloves, 400+ home runs.
Russell again. Lots of time. Inning over. After 4, all Cubs 7-0.
There are 15 weekends this summer. Make them count. Find adventures as you find new trails. Own the road by making your own. And if you bring it all, bring it on. Summer's going fast, so there's not a moment to waste. Head to the Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
DirecTV is at it again with another so-called deal. With a $60 intro rate that jumps to over $100 after just 3 months, then shoots up to almost $200 after a year. The hits just keep on coming because you're locked into a 2-year contract that can cost up to $3,500. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Switch to an X1 Double Play from Comcast and lock in your rate for 2 full years. Call or go online today.
Our 4,000 ASE certified technicians can tell you, hard work ain't just something you wear. It's a way of life. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Right now at Firestone Complete Auto Care, Bridgestone is celebrating the Olympic Games by giving you the chance to instantly win $10,000 and other great daily